probably there already, but, I don't know how to say this, but, I'm not gonna make it over. I mean, whatever it is that we think we have between us.
Berlin. I really appreciate this piece because I think it was ambitious and brave in diving in deep to the feelings of not being wanted, of those ugly, confusing, honest, vulnerable spaces of being lonely, of being rejected, and then the freedom that comes from being in a new city all on your own and getting to be chosen by others or to choose and to see what fits and what doesn't. And ultimately, I think there's something to be said about just choosing yourself, but I don't think it's ever that simple in this piece, and that's what I really appreciated. I thought it was really good pacing that just unfolded quite naturally and let us just sit and let the moments wash over us in all of the layers that were percolating. Great cinematography. All the frames I thought were really specific and intimate, like us as a voyeur, but always kind of on her side. That was really effective. But overall, I thought this was a stunning piece.
Hey, I'm commenting on the short film Berlin. I thought that this really worked well. I really appreciated this ultimately kind of really tragic story of this woman who, I guess didn't get what she wanted and, had a chance or had an encounter go poorly, and then I really appreciated the way that you sort of just depicted her attempt to I guess embrace life again, but then to have that sort of come back to bite her, and to just sort of devolve into this situation where she's in over her head because, she sort of acted impulsively. And then I appreciated her, finding this unexpected friend towards the end. And then the way that she, sort of, I guess, appeared to accept her situation and just try to move forward from it. At least that's how I read her throwing the phone away at the end. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really well shot, very well acted. I appreciated how much of it you just told through action. And I think you went to some very real places with it, and you did a really nice job. Very well done.
I just got finished watching Berlin. I really loved the filter that the director of photography used on this. It gave it a very particular look, a very particular feel. It was a little bit more darker. It was a little bit more ominous. And the way that the filmmakers set up the story in the beginning, it was perfectly clear what was going on, what had happened. And I think that was really, really smart. The music that they chose for the club music, loved it. I thought that was brilliant, really brilliant choice. They did something very brave with the sex scene. They made it very tasteful, which it was great. The only thing, it was so quiet. Like there was no background music kind of going on in the apartment, and it started to make it a little bit awkward when we were watching our lead actress kind of like laying there falling asleep, and just having these sex sounds in the background. I think maybe some music might not have made that as awkward as it was. But other than that, the scene was very tastefully done. This to me seemed like it was a girl's guide of what not to do when you go to Europe, because it took a very, very dark turn. And part of me, because the lead actress had originally said in the bar that she doesn't take drinks from strangers, and she ends up in this apartment with two people that she really doesn't know, who she can't see what they're making her to drink, and then she drinks it. It was a little story-wise, I kind of went, oh, okay, so wow, we're going here. But But yeah, I think that this was a really, really interesting film, and the darkness to it, what happened to her, um, it made sense. I I liked it. I just wanted to see a little bit more of a, definitive ending to this, or her going back and getting her SIM card. It just, I don't know, it just felt like it was missing something for me.
Hi, these are my comments on Berlin. This was a really compelling short. I think from the very beginning, with the voicemail, it's already setting up a story really clearly, and I think the creators, director, writer did a really great job of having like a really clean story arc that still was unfinished and left you wanting more and left you feeling a sense of unease and panic, along with the lead. All of those things really worked well together. I love the sound and the lighting design as the protagonist goes into the club. It really does. The DP and director do a really great job of making you feel, taking you on this journey with the lead, and you feel the same sort of claustrophobic, but like sex filled environment that she's a part of, and that sense of unease, like what's going to happen next. And they do a really great job with that. Also, as you move into the apartment, when they steal a SIM card, like you really do have this sense of, and then her complete, I think I love the emotional breakdown that the protagonist goes through, and her complete separation from the activities in there, because you are feeling what she's feeling, which is a sense of impending, I guess, like panic, which continues as she leaves the apartment. And so all these building tensions and this suspense is really well drawn out, and you do get that you are going on that journey with her throughout the entire short. I think they do a really great job from the lighting and the sound, but also that those great close shots on her. I think the actors did a really great job of embodying these things. It was really compelling and really fun, but also just engrossing to watch.
This was a bold film tackling a very difficult topic with the utmost care and consideration, and doing it in a way that at least I can't recall ever having seen before, where our poor hero here is being assaulted from just both ends of the spectrum. Really, just gripping work there. There's a lot of on the technical side, a lot of great work being done here too. The one thing that threw me off was the very obvious sort of change, unmotivated change in just the visual quality. I wasn't sure if it was some sort of symbolic effect or literally we just lost contrast in the image. It was at first I wasn't. It didn't seem like it was filmed, but I thought maybe it was shot on some sort of vintage lens and then not in the middle. But I don't know. It's just guesswork. It was just something that took me out of the narrative, which was a shame for that regard. But it was a really strong narrative, and it did manage to pull me back in, keep my interest. And there's just a lot of visually interesting things going on. The whole sequence in the club is just, really interesting the way it's lit and shot, and really high impact that way. So there's a lot done right here with this one. All in all, it was a really a strong film.